minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We have a go for main engine start. 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of Orbiter Endeavour. Houston, flight is go for launch. All systems are go. Endeavour is go. Shuttle Endeavour, this is Houston. You have a go to deploy a shuttle arm. Shuttle Endeavour, this is Houston. Proceed satellite deployment. Shuttle Endeavour, this is Houston. Initiate pallet manipulation. Shuttle Endeavour, this is Houston. Prepare crew for lab experiments. Roger, Houston. Space lab is pressurized. Crew is accessing hatch now. Roger, Houston. Payload manipulation in progress. Ready for EVA.
Hello, my brick building friends. Today we have another fantastic ProBuilder kit 9736. 2005 pieces. The Space Shuttle Endeavour from Bloks Construx. This thing originally came out in 2002, and when I opened the box, I had some yellowing of some of the blocks. Bloks replaced those, no questions asked, no problem. This kit has some very unique pieces, some kit-specific pieces, lots of stickers, some very shiny pieces, and some pieces I haven't seen before. I found a few of these between $355 and $700 online. You can also get them used. This thing is awesome! On some of the pictures you can see the yellowing difference. Some of the blocks they did not have, mainly the electronic ones. This thing has so many different features to it. It's huge, literally huge. Let's get into some of those features, starting with the underside. Most of these are flat plates. It has a working suspension. Nice rubber tires. I believe that the shocks are adjustable, but I was afraid to tweak them, being that it's so old. Here's a look at the figures. We've got a floating astronaut. There's the pilot. The back of the pilot. It comes with 4 crew members. Here's a comparison to another Bloks figure. And another brand's figure, so you can get a size comparison. Here's a little bit of a build progression. You can see more of the engines, how they're coming to life. There's a better look at the electronics module. Cockpit.
Houston, flight is go for launch. All systems are go. Endeavour is go.
See the buttons, and there's about 8 sounds. Each button has its own sound, except for the 2 in the cockpit. It has 2 sounds per button. Closer look at the rear panel. The speaker. It uses 3 AAA batteries that are pretty accessible once built. As you can see, the wiring goes underneath some of the blocks. And at this point, there was a kind of a pinch point, so you have to be careful once assembling it. Here you can see how the hatch opens, and underneath there is where you put the batteries. This is the rear of the cargo bay, and you can see how the engines are assembled at this point. You can also see the tail. I wish it had a working rudder, but it does not. Maybe later on I'll put that in. Inside the bay, you see the pressurized space lab where experiments are done. From a book from the Smithsonian. The real Space Lab. Pretty nice. Nicely done, nicely detailed. The stickers really do add to it as well. The undressed crew members can fit in there, go at whatever they're doing. Here's another look at some of the other things. This particular thing, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's called Halo, and I tried researching it, but I didn't see any information on it. It looks to me like it's some kind of telescope, something. It might be a big part for the space station. I'm not sure. A look at the satellite. The satellite is cool. It snaps in and off. It opens up. I had a little bit of a problem with it, with the opening points, but those are basic parts.
Shuttle Endeavor, this is Houston. You have a go to deploy a shuttle arm.
The arm folds in. I had to tighten it with the screw. And you can see you can add either a figure or, like they show, the satellite or something else on the very tip. It closes. It's not exactly a tight fit. I wish it was a little tighter, but maybe I can manipulate it somehow and get it to work later on. Here's a look at the engines. Now I must say that I love this kit very much. I'm very happy with the outcome and the way it looks. But I had a very difficult time trying to follow the instructions. I even downloaded the instructions from Construx website. They're just so hard to read. There was pages that were missing, literally missing. So I had to guess and me. That was up towards the front, building the cockpit, and also along of building the wings. And I'll show you some of that later on. The thrusters move, 2 left and right, and the top one up and down. The wings were probably one of the most difficult portions of this build, simply because I could not read the instructions. They were hideous. I scanned them in for this video, and they look a little bit better, but I mean, they're completely unreadable in some portions. Maybe it's because the book's so old, I don't know. I know Construx has tried to alter this problem, especially in the most recent kits are pretty good, but it was just very hard. I mean, I had magnifying glasses out, plus glasses on. In addition, I downloaded them from the Mattel website. It just gets very frustrating and time consuming. Overall, I'm very, very happy with this kit, and I think you will be too. If you're lucky enough to find one online at a decent price, you love the space theme and are history buff, this is the kit for you. I recommend it highly. Be patient, and you can work through the problems. In comparing the real space shuttle to this kit, they really did a fine job. Let me know what you think of this kit, and I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all your comments. Please remember to keep the Lord first. Please subscribe and take a look at my other kits. Keep building.